So not so big on the intro, remember?
Not so big on the intro.
Jump into the topics quick. Remember, the quicker the turnover, the better.
You know we're live, right?
Don't matter. It's all right. We're going to do this.
We're running. We're running. We're running. We're running. We're running.
We hot.
We're running.
We hot.
Running. Baby, no. Tune in to get it, we got it. Welcome to Mind in the Pockets. Nothing you can do to stop us. It's 80 degrees St. Thomas. All year round, we the hottest. Sorry, I'm just being honest. We pop it. Listen to hell, the latest. Muhammad Ali with the greatest. So down to earth like a pavement. So solid, you cannot replace us. We talking about all of your favorites. Yeah. Reality, fantasy, friends versus family. Company, turn match state. Tune in.
Hey, wait. Perfect. Thanks.
We running.
We running. Stir it up. You got cookies? Stir it up.
I'll bring you. Yo, bring some shit, man.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Yo, what up?
What up?
Hey.
Oh,
Check
we
Rambo.
so dead.
Check. You look like Shay with that hat on.
True.
He looks like he's looking for a revolution.
It's my communist side.
Yeah, right?
That's what mood I'm in today.
Right. Well,
We live.
we are live. This is the what?
Episode 10.
11? Episode 10?
10.
Yeah.
Wow, we've been doing this. We fancy. We're super fancy.
Nobody's died yet.
Yeah, no one has died. And again, folks, as you can see, we're here at Stir It Up.
Stir it up.
The
Big
number one coffee shop and bakery in the Virgin Islands.
Selling, you know.
Definitely
go.
a good
Hot fire.
Thank you.
Hot fire. We got some
Hot fire.
fresh cookies for the holidays. And then we also have a guest this evening, Ms. Jamelia Christopher.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. Let's give her a round of applause, guys. Yes.
Our second lady to be
Our
on the
second
show.
lady to be on the show.
Welcome.
Welcome. We're glad to have you. So let's just dive on into it because we don't waste any time.
Let's go.
Anybody want cookies or first?
Yeah,
Well, we dive in. Well, you know, we can do both.
we can do both.
But let's dive in.
Let's just go dive straight in. First topic for the day is: do men want independent women?
Why are you staring at her like that, man?
Huh?
Yeah, right? He's just like trying to intimidate
Where you
me. No.
All right, so let me give you guys a little story, right? Last week we were here. It was a Thursday night.
Yeah.
So every Thursday night again, we go and we go have some cigars, right? It's this thing that we call Brothers of the Leaf and Sisters of the Leaf. We had some cigars. Ms. Jamelia Christopher was around. She was around, and we mentioned to her that we had a show, and we said, hey, we would like to have a lady come on, and she was game. So we did a mock run of the show of how intense we can get, and the topic was: do men want independent women? So I'm gonna pose this question to you: do men want independent women?
You already know. No, you don't. You want the idea of an independent woman, but you don't actually want the characteristics that come along with an independent woman. You guys feel emasculated. You don't feel like men anymore.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Listen.
Whoa.
Really?
Whoa.
You guys can't handle it.
I prefer independent women. It just makes my life a lot easier. Less things I have to dish out or I have to take care of. Less
So-
attention I have to give somewhat.
So here's my thought process.
I'm just telling the laziness
Yeah,
of my part.
yeah. So here's my thought process on this, right? I know that women, it seems, hypothetical, it seems that women scream for independence, right? And then when a man is in their presence, the independence goes out the window. So meaning, before you had a man in your life, your car tire gets busted out, right? You as a single lady figure out how to get yourself back on your wheels, not on your feet, on your wheels, right? When you get a man, that goes out of the window. Hold on. Could you say that a little louder?
I mean, yes, we want to be independent, but at the same time, we don't mind you doing things to help us.
But that's not independent.
But that's not independence.
Right?
Still can't handle it for the independent woman.
I think
So
I get
let's
what she's
say,
saying.
so
It's like saying it vice versa. Say I'm a guy
Mhm.
and I want some food. some home cooked food.
Oh man, are you
You're
going
gonna
to
cook it yourself. You're gonna go.
Well, I'm saying
all
exactly.
night.
Since I have a partner
Yeah,
now.
our dependency would be on food, on cooking, home cooked meals,
So if-
or our clothes getting washed, or the dishes being washed.
I'll take
Something. I'm just throwing stuff out there. This is all hypothetical, folks. This is not reality. This is not reality for everyone.
I mean, it's independence, like your body, right?
Uh-huh.
You have a heart, you have lungs, you have a brain, you have kidneys. They're all independent, but they all work together. Like,
Right.
what is the balance?
Right.
Even in the society, like you have, you know, an army, you have something for environment, you have something for electricity. It's
Right.
kind of subatomic, you know. They are independent, but they're together.
But
So
they're all a part
if
of
we
one
both
whole.
go into exactly, so they make one whole, right? And they're interrelated, and they actually depend on each other, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So if we go into a relationship and everybody's just independent, right?
Right.
How's that gonna work?
And
Everybody's just independent.
So
there's no
Where's the
unification. Where's the unity?
where's how do we? A relationship means that I think that we're doing something like this, right? Independent mean
I off one side, you off on the next. That's where communication comes into play.
but how can you communicate in independence?
So I can't have a conversation with you. That's what
Everybody's
you're
just
saying?
independent. Why are you calling me? You don't need me for nothing.
Okay,
Why you
well,
calling
if you
me?
set ground rules from the beginning and establish what you expect your partner to, or somebody that you want to be a lifelong partner with, should do, or you expect them to do, then I don't think there should be any issues there.
Yeah, but again, you're coming into the relationship with this badge of independent honor, right? And you wear it proudly on your chest. And then the moment that you're in this relationship now, and the convenience of that man is now around, things tend to change. Your perception of independency.
It's called
Okay,
evolving.
so let me
Okay,
switch this around.
okay.
For
So could you so why don't you come into the relationship not wearing that flag? If you know that you're gonna evolve, because they know they're gonna evolve. She clearly stated if her tire goes down and a dude is in her life, she going to that dude. So you already know you're gonna evolve. So at the onset, it makes no sense for you to even, again, it makes no sense for you to even scream, independence. Is
okay,
what
so
I'm saying.
independence to an extent. Because women,
Yeah.
women can be submissive. I don't have a problem being submissive
Right.
in a relationship. I have no issues with that. At the same time, though, for me personally, I can't have someone that's overly sensitive or because
Right.
I have a really strong personality. So if you can't control that and be able to still monopolize and have us work together and communicate,
Right.
then it's not going to work. At least for me.
So you're saying communication is the key.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Well, then also, when you go in a relationship, you have a wall up. You're not really sure what you're getting yourself into. So I guess this independent world, independent word we're gonna use. So is there independent wall they have up?
So you think it's because of the wall. You think it's because of the wall. The word independent is just a buffer to protect your heart. Is that what it is?
It can be.
It's like a barrier. Like we're all just independent, and it's like our barrier, right?
Everyone has it, yeah. It's not
Yeah,
just
but
women.
I guess men do have that same scenario as well. Men have their barriers of not being emotionally attached. So we could clearly, can we say that? Can I get a round of applause? And that was just genius, right?
One round.
You were supposed to.
Sorry.
Because that was us showing sensitivity right there.
And I appreciate
But again, I in these days and time, I just sense that the coin phrase for women is I'm independent. I'm an independent woman. I don't need no man for nothing. And then come the relationship step kicks in, and then boom, that withers away.
You have to also remember too that a lot of these homes that young women grew up in, they were in single mothered homes. So we try to emulate what our mothers do. My mother, I am the epitome of my mother.
Right.
So
however
sometimes
she
what
dealt
your
with-
correct, your environment shapes you, and if that's your environment, that's gonna shape you.
Facts. I totally agree with that. All right. So let's jump into our next topic, right? Because this next topic kind of goes in, kind of correlates with do men want independent women? But I don't think we even answered the question yet, because we literally didn't answer the question of do men want independent women?
We do. I do.
Do we?
We do.
Pete wants an independent woman.
Yeah, or to just.
Yeah, Pete
Just a
wants an
little bit.
You want a part-time independent woman?
Yeah, basically.
Right. So want a full-time independent woman?
Do
Make
we?
my life a lot
Akil,
easier.
do you want an independent woman?
It's impressive.
Do you want a woman
I think
that
it's
comes in
impressive.
the relationship,
No,
right?
no, no, I
that
don't-
does
I
not
don't-
need you.
No. Who wants that? No.
And finally.
It's like you have a child
Finally.
who doesn't need parenting.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
It's erroneous to think that a lady wants a man. A man wants a lady to not need him. Like our
I
egos
want
have
to
to be
feel
strong. We
wanted.
have to feel like we want it, like we're necessary. If we don't feel that, guess what?
Now,
The next, no, not even we guys. We gonna be looking to see if something need us.
Well, you gotta.
And we might not even look. It might just fall in our lap.
You gotta analyze it, and the thing is that somebody gotta tell this lady when it's too late.
Walk across
You gotta analyze it like there's a
Yeah.
certain there's degrees, right?
Right.
I want a woman who is confident in herself, who probably has her own money,
Right.
so I can get my money.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I want to feel wanted.
Yeah.
Is that a crime to feel wanted?
That's different from being independent, though. She can make you feel wanted, but
So
she just has her own stuff going on. She
That's
doesn't-
okay, but that's okay.
And I think that's where like the word independent can blur lines sometimes.
Yeah.
Because like what you're saying there, Pete, is a woman could be independent and do her own thing and be of her own self and still be nurturing to a man.
But I
right?
feel like we get
But
caught
I
up
think
showing
that-
each other we don't need each other.
Yeah.
We get caught up in
You have this
I don't
energy.
need a woman. I could do this on my own.
On my
I'm
own.
straight.
Yeah.
I'm good. But really and truly, we need the
We
feminine.
feed out for that
I
energy.
need a woman right next to me that could, talk to me about certain things that I want to talk to her about. Like, am I too rough? Am I like this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, different things. We all need that partner. It's 50-50. It's a balance. You
And
know
I
what I
think
mean?
that's a wall that we naturally build up when we're trying to protect our hearts.
It's a temporary.
So it goes back to this wall of Jericho that needs to this wall of Jericho that needs to get torn down. Alright, so cool. I think we answered our question.
You can break it down brick by brick.
Yeah, brick by brick, right? I think we answered our question, right? Men don't want any fully 100% independent women.
But do women want fully 100% independent men?
I,
Like, would you
want
like to come
independent
home?
I
Also,
do
you
want
want a man
fully.
to need
He
at
said
you.
fully.
Would you like to come home to a man and say, yeah, I don't need you. I got everything paid for. I do all this stuff by myself. I cook, I clean.
It'll
I
be
don't
nice.
need you.
It'll be nice, but that's
Whoa,
not
whoa,
something
whoa,
that
whoa,
I'm
whoa.
looking
It'll be,
for.
what would be nice?
To say he
For-
paid
for
for
a man to
everything,
say-
but
Oh,
it's not
wow.
listen. It's not something that's required for me, at least. I don't go off of, oh, you're making a lot of money, so I'll,
Right.
that's not my thing.
In this world of
Day and age.
independency, right?
Day and age, right.
How do we have kids? Because
Right.
kids bring the dependency. The kids are dependent, and us, we're so independent. How do we
Right.
deal with this child who's now dependent? Because with everybody being independent.
Yeah. Tell us.
Communication.
Communication.
It still boils back to
She
that.
boiling it back down to
Because that's what it is.
What they saying on our Facebook page? Exactly. You men needy and need to grow up. You want a woman to baby you so you can still feel like the rules for manhood to apply to you. A man who has a lady isn't even in a situation where he isn't needed because men are not ATMs. Alright. That and that's a yeah, we're not ATM machines. And I totally agree. But so again, let's go into the next topic, right? Standards rules in a relationship. So when we was having this conversation, right, and coming up with this topic, I think it was the question was posed: do men if a woman ain't cooking, a man ain't being with that lady. We're not picking the ladies who aren't cooking.
Wow.
Which is
Somebody's sleeping on the couch tonight,
which is a tough topic, right? Right? Because some women prefer not to cook, right? But the majority of guys that I know, and they're gonna all say, no, I have never said that, you know, because they don't, nobody's gonna want to wear that flag, right? But men want women who cook. Men want women who are traditionally, I don't want to say submissive, but nurturing, motherly. I get sick, you gonna make me some tea. You gonna.
I don't want to get sick and you just leave me by the side of the road.
Yeah. Figure yourself out. So, do you think that's? What do you say about women who don't cook in the
You guys are
household?
attacking me too much.
It's okay.
You guys are
I can
attacking
have
me,
it.
man.
I'm not.
So,
What? I haven't asked
Let's
anything.
get her away.
Be chivalrous, protect us.
Now this goes back to the working woman. At least from, I want to say, people of my generation, at least women that I've grown to know or known from high school that are evolving and, you know, being entrepreneurs, being leaders in the business world. We don't have time all the time to juggle and be able to go to work, handle our workload. Sometimes we take work at home, which I don't always agree with, but it happens. And still cook. If we have children, I have to take care of the children, and then we have to wash, clean, go to sleep, wake back up at 5 o'clock to wake back up the children to get ready for school and do it all over again. So you just don't have the time all the time to cook.
So you're saying the woman of today, the millennial woman, right, is not the type of woman that is down for all of the cooking and the cleaning and all.
I am down
Jeez,
for
you
it.
saying that?
I am down for it. All
No,
I'm saying
I'm
is
trying
that
to
don't
get
expect it to be every
listen.
day.
I am trying to get a defined answer. We
twisting
ain't
the
want
words,
no.
man.
We don't want no sugar dancing and shucking and jiving.
She said
need-
I don't have time.
I am down for it. I just don't have time.
Okay,
I was
so
in,
you down for it?
Listen to this.
Right.
I was in a relationship for 5-6 years,
Uh-huh.
right? He didn't eat leftovers. He doesn't eat meat. I cooked every day.
Jeez.
Every day. And I was going to school, working 2 part-time jobs, and I cooked every day, and I washed for the majority of the time.
You lost.
I am
You
down
lost,
for
brother. You lost.
You let that go?
You let that go.
You let that go?
I
Shame
am down
on you.
for it. It's just I don't have the time anymore for it. And then
You know, you're running for
I
somebody. You're running for
and we were
somebody.
living
Okay,
together,
you
so
were-
we were living together, so it was a big difference.
That should be a topic. Do
wrong with
men
this
ruin it for all the other men?
Yes, they did.
Do men?
No,
Vice versa.
I wouldn't put that on him. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't put that on it. Okay.
We just decided to
Part ways?
Yeah.
But I mean, so see that right there. That's a lot. Like, cause I don't need dinner every night. I need dinner at least 3 times a week. You give me 3 times a week with dinner. Listen, I good.
I'm good with 2 actually.
I'm good with 3. I'm good with 3. If you do 4, shoot. God bless America.
I think in some ways, right, there's like this, there may be like a negative stigma on cooking, cleaning, and some things like this, right?
That's submissiveness.
We have a situation where women still are oppressed, and some, you have to be very diplomatic when you answer some of these, but some were just had the opportunity to be in the household and be in the household, cook, clean, take care of children, which I don't. And when I look to history and I look at black people,
Right.
everybody was hustling from back in the days of slavery until now. Nobody had time to be like,
And they
I'm
still
just
was,
gonna be at home
and they still was getting the cooking done and all of that.
You know what I mean? I'm
Cause
pretty
my
sure-
grandmother working
Even
2,
my
3 jobs.
Great grandmother in the fields, got the kids, got the this. So
Yeah.
who is just Pauline in the house chilling? Not chilling. That's a bad word. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. But just in the house taking care of kids, cooking. That, you know what I mean? I think that when you look back to history in America, everybody had to be on the farm for harvest season. Everybody had to. You didn't eat if
you
your
didn't-
crop
if you didn't
failed.
harvest, right.
You know what I mean? During the winter time and so on and so forth. So, but anyways, so today it's kind of stigmatized in a sense where I don't want to be, no house this, and the house is kind of stigmatized. You know what I mean?
Right. That is
And
true.
we've been geared more towards finding a
Corporate,
career, making money,
right.
getting into that economic engine. It's capitalism. Everybody got to make money. And power. Talk about that power.
Right.
Women want power.
And they
Men
have
want
plenty of
power. Black men want power. Everybody wants the
Power.
dog, cat. Everybody wants some power.
Right.
So you know what I mean. In the kitchen, cooking, that's not gonna get you the power you want. So you know what I mean, like.
Well, a lot of it, Akil, has to do with balance too. So you have to know how to balance your life, right? And that's that. I mean, I have two sisters, and you know they're in, you know, they live a very I don't want to say corporate because it's not really corporate, but they're professionals. So they're on their career hard, right? However, they understand, and I hope they understand, right, that if you don't give or cater to a man, you're gonna catch blows. You're gonna catch blows. Dudes is not sticking around
And you hit it
for
on the head.
100% professional woman. They ain't sticking around for that. They has to have some features. You have to have features. If you don't know how to cook like at dinner, you better know how to bake a cake. If you don't know how to bake a cake, you better know how to make some bomb fruit punch. If you don't know how to make bomb fruit punch, then you better know how to wash dishes that you can see yourself in the dish. But you gotta have some type of extra feature.
I think we put too much balance on women cooking food.
I-
There's a lot of relationships involved. Actually, most chefs in restaurants are male.
Talk
Man,
about it.
man.
Talk. We had this
Yes,
conversation.
And then we twist it around on women. We expect them
Exactly.
to cook for us at home. Don't get me wrong, I want someone to cook for me at home. but
Clear the air. Clear the
we
air.
just put too much on women and say, hey, we want you to cook, we want you to clean, blah, blah, blah. But it's not gonna happen these days. We're all busy, they all have their own, I guess we could say independence. They're, like you said, they're professionals. They're busy as us.
Right.
Some busier than us.
Sometimes
Some of them,
Right.
a lot of them busier
A lot of
than
them
us.
busier
Because they're
Making more
moms.
money than us.
Right.
And
And then we
So,
want
so,
them to come home and cook.
so no, I don't think anybody at this. I can speak for my fellas. I don't think any of us here are intimidated by a sugar mama. We want the sugar mama. Bring the sugar
Actually,
mama to the table.
I am not
You know what I'm
intimidated
saying?
by a woman who makes more than me. I will be a house husband. I will
Oh,
cook.
dang.
I will cook.
House husband.
I'll wash the clothes. I'll clean the house. I'll take care of the kids. And if you
Easy.
cheat on me, I want the house. I want my alimony. I want the stipend for the kids. I want all of that. And I want half of anything in the bank. Let me get all of that.
Very nice.
And then I'll move another woman in the house.
We've been going straight for too long.
I'll go on the other
You need to
side.
move to California to get that pulled off. That's not gonna happen.
Their laws are better, right?
Exactly. Most states that's not gonna happen. But yeah, let me go back to it. We put too much on cooking.
Right.
Cleaning and all this nonsense. Like I said, men cook more than women, whatever it may be. But I think more relationship is not about food, man. It's not about communication, man. That's gonna determine your relationship.
You just need to go over there with him.
That little cooking, that 1, 2, 3 meals a week.
Right.
That's not gonna determine your belly might be full for a few hours.
That's not
But
true.
that's not gonna
That's
But
not
your
determine
true.
your
mind,
relationship.
your mind needs to be
Right.
full for the whole
I
freaking
don't,
week.
I don't
You know what I'm
agree
saying?
with that.
Right.
I think food is essential. Food is essential. Like we try to be like, it's just food.
No, it's a
Try
necessity.
It's a thought.
Try to go a month without eating, or a week without eating.
Right,
You see what
right,
happens.
right.
It's more. You use the money to buy food,
Right.
so.
But your
you
mind
know,
has to be right in a relationship as well.
Yeah, and the food will get you there. But what I'm
I don't know,
saying,
man.
what I'm saying is,
What if that food ain't right?
What is
Now,
bad
now,
food?
see, so
Wait,
hey,
well,
hey,
hold on,
hey.
let me finish the thought, right? Like, a lot of deals,
Right.
a lot of business, a lot of relationships are built off of the table.
The table.
This is why
Right,
it's become an institution.
For deal making,
the
right.
family table. Where do you sit for Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter? You sit at the table and eat, and you
dine.
conversate with your partner,
Because
your
when
children,
belly
your
is
mom.
full,
So
your mind is ready to take in.
so
Right.
how do you build
Right.
these relationships when nobody's sitting at the table and dining? Now, 50-50, I cook some, you cook some, and we just bust it down like that. You know, I
Right,
don't,
right,
you know,
right,
that
right.
has to be figured out. You know? Why she can't cook?
Even if to follow a recipe
yeah,
is just
so
still
yeah.
horrible.
I like
So-
to eat.
Is she
Man. I
gonna
like
eat
to
for
eat.
effort?
Yeah. So that's a good question right there, and I want to ask you that. Like, do you feel if a lady can't cook, should she still cook for her man? Now, and I'm asking all of y'all. this
Practice
question.
makes better.
Easy.
Practice. Yeah. But what if she just ain't good?
That's a deal breaker
Well,
for me, man.
that's when you're
I
gonna have to order it.
gotta have some good food on the table. Imagine coming to Thanksgiving to bad food.
That's not your mother-in-law, you know, your sisters,
crazy.
other people that can cook that will
right.
contribute to the potluck.
What's up with the white man?
Stop.
I'm not gonna lie.
Stop.
I once dated a girl whose cooking wasn't that great.
The white man.
Right.
But other
What's
things,
her name?
Every day.
other things in the relationship, it balances itself out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But cooking wasn't that.
She had that good. She had that good.
I appreciate her effort in the kitchen. Her attempt, hey, you want dinner? Like, sure.
Yes, I'm hungry. Oh,
That's
baby,
better over there, babe.
babe, I'm going outside to go eat this food. It's wonderful outside. The weather's so nice.
Oh, finish.
Yo,
You want
man,
more?
I'm not gonna.
So be
No,
careful what
I'm
you ask
watching
for.
my diet.
Be
Right?
careful what you ask for.
Right, but you're right. I agree with you on that. Even if she can't cook, you gotta take that cook. You gotta take that food, and you gotta at least acknowledge it and appreciate the effort. Because again, to me, the food is to kind of go against his point, Akil's point. Yes, food is necessary, but to me, it's all about the appreciation, like the effort that somebody puts into the relationship.
I could agree with that.
Time.
I could agree with that.
You say, oh, you know, babe, it tastes really good, you know, but next time maybe try like some pepper or
Some
some
more
salt or some butter.
I don't think you can
and
do
then
that
you
to a
can make it a
Caribbean
date
woman.
night.
I don't
Let's
think you
go
can do that to a
together.
Caribbean woman.
Well, this wasn't a Caribbean
Nope.
woman, so that's probably why.
Yeah, I mean, because the Caribbean woman, if you start to tell her what she should show into her pot and them things, well, why you don't come cook it yourself then? Why you don't come cook it yourself? You know that
You
comes.
set yourself up for
You
failure.
setting yourself up for failure.
But we
There's
we-
no
Like a
winning
date
there.
night.
We always like to-
Take cooking classes.
We always like to act like the cooking and sitting at the table is like it's not a big deal, but that's when you sit down, you ask your kids about their day, you act like you interact, and we're losing that.
Yeah, how
And
many
we're
families are
wondering-
doing that,
We're
right?
wondering
what's
why
happened to the family, right?
why
right.
we're not communicating with our
Anymore,
kids,
right.
why
What's
there's no
going on in their
because the
lives.
dinner table was where it's at.
Yeah.
You take that out and nobody knows anybody, and it's like, and then we're all just independent.
But you're acting as though we can't have dinner over takeout.
I'm not saying we can't. I never said that we can't. Where did I say we can't have takeout?
I'm just saying, you saying you need a woman that will
Blows in
cook.
it.
That
No,
will
no,
cook.
I didn't
Beat
say
him,
that.
beat
I
him.
didn't say that. I
Spank
need a
him.
woman that can
Hey,
cook.
don't let him back you down.
I like.
You ain't gonna back me out.
I like.
I can still
I like to eat food. I
Okay,
like to eat
correct.
good food.
So restaurants
I
don't
think
cook good
everyone likes to
food.
eat food.
Everybody likes to eat food,
I
right?
agree.
It's necessity.
So let me ask you a question, right? If
Get him.
you like a curvy woman, right? Not you, not Pete or
It's
Ian.
fine,
Pete or
yeah.
Ian. If you like a curvy woman, right? Why would you go out with a skinny woman?
Huh?
If you like a curvy woman, why would you go out with a skinny woman?
You
Right.
don't go on adventures.
Right?
You don't go on adventures.
So then the next question is, right?
Yo.
The next question is,
Oh,
right?
man.
If you really like to eat and your plate and all of these things is where it's at, chefs. There are many women that are chefs. There are many women that enjoy cooking every night. As you said, you used to cook every night. So, you know, I just think it's also aligning with someone who likes and you know what I mean? You like, if you like a buff dude, why are you gonna go out with a guy who don't have no muscles? It makes no sense.
Maybe his
And then
personality
complain,
attracts
and then
me.
complain when he doesn't have muscles.
Exactly. Though.
No, maybe his personality is what attracted me.
Well, I can say that. You
How
know,
we just
tomato,
match.
tomato. But what I'm
Sometimes you gotta go outside your box.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
See what
guys.
else is out there.
you know, hey,
Because I know you
Yeah, right.
experience different things.
I'm not
How you
saying
know
we're
what
not
is you
talking
truly
No, no,
about.
no.
But I'm just saying it's
I
still.
can see,
it's
I can
still
see your
goes
point on
broader.
that. I can see your point on that. Like, however, like in life, sometimes you just have to hold the bull by the horns and get what you know you want. And go with what
Exactly.
you like.
Exactly.
Because chances are, if you have complaints, then guess what? It's up to you.
It's like a woman saying, I like dark-skinned dudes, and then you go out with a guy who's white, and then you
Go out with
complain that he's not dark enough.
So, question for you: where in the relationship or where in dating do you tell a woman that this is what you expect?
Day
Because this
one.
is what you're expecting.
Day one. I think
Day
that should
one,
happen
you
from
do
day
it
one.
day one. Really and truly, you do
not
it day one.
Not literally
like
day
the
one,
first-
but like
first
the
or
first
second
couple
date.
days. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you should.
I think you should as well, but we don't do it.
We don't. We put up these fake
Yeah.
expectations. You're like, oh no, I don't need that. I don't need that.
After
Then
the
next thing
first
you know,
year, that's when you really know somebody. You don't know somebody in 6 months.
actually,
They ain't gonna let you know them in 6 months because we're both on a male and female spectrum, not trying to let our guard down so soon.
Very true. Very true. That is I gotta give you a round of applause for that. Because that is so real that like people could actually be with somebody for a whole year and they haven't even brought down their guard yet. To the point where you don't even know who you're dealing with. You don't even know who is the person across from you. All because they're keeping up their guard. So that's something that in our community people really don't. The black community. I'll say the black. Can I say the
Well,
black?
we're all
community?
black here. I mean,
I mean, I don't want to sound like a black basher. You know, like we're flawed. Yeah. But it tends to happen in our ethnicity group. You know, where we just go into situations. Almost, I don't want to use that V word because I got blasted for that V word last night. But you know, pretty much. We go into situations apprehensive all the time, only because we don't want to get hurt, and that's cool. It's cool not to get hurt, but guess what? The only way you learned how to ride a bike was when you fell off the bike. The only way you learned how to swim is when you drank a clean quart, 2 quarts, 4 quarts, or something
How
like
much
that.
hurt am I gonna take? How much hurt am I gonna take?
but let's.
That's where it's up to you now. That so you went through this one dude, he hurt you. You now need to say, okay, I see that that's a flaw that I don't want in my life. So now backtrack. Next dude come in the picture. I just feel like I'm gonna say women in general. I'm not gonna say
Be careful.
my beautiful black
Be
queens, right?
careful.
But
Be
I'm gonna say
careful.
women in general tend to go with the same type of dudes over and over and over and over again, and then sit down and say all men are DOG and we ain't
Trash.
SIHT. But you going with the same brothers.
they like
How?
They like a bad boy.
They like it.
They like what they like.
So if you like a bad boy, you
They
gotta
don't
take a little
complain.
bit of bad boyness.
I agree.
You gotta take some of
I
that.
agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know?
You know.
And make sure you get your black book sitting and resolved in case. You see, eyes are realist, so I know that if I carry you, then guess what? There is a likelihood that you gonna cure you
So
gonna
then
cheat on
what's
me.
the point? Let me go my separate way. You go your separate way. Why are we prolonging it?
Yes, that's true, but it's not real. Like it's not a perfect world. Like
Yeah,
everybody, a lot of people. I don't know what it is, but right now mankind is not at a stage in its development where we can just all just be truthful all the time. It's just all truth flying out.
Was it ever?
I don't know. So
Staging up development.
So, you know, hopefully we can get there one day to be like, you know what, it's not working, I'm good, I'm straight. I need to just, any woman I see, I need to be able to approach.
Time is precious. I don't appreciate anybody wasting
Say
my time.
time is
Who
precious.
does? You think guys, so we don't get cheated on?
Oh, yeah, well, yes.
So we
Yes,
don't,
it goes
women
both
are the
ways.
only ones who get cheated on.
No.
Okay.
You guys get
so
you guys
in,
get dogged out.
okay, so jeez, you heard
Yo.
that? You heard that emphasis? You heard that emphasis?
You need
Okay.
to somebody better do it as cheap facts, not car facts, cheap facts. How much better have you been with in the past 10 days?
Okay.
Yo! They're ruthless, man.
Okay.
Well, with that said, let's get into this next topic because this is a perfect segue for the
I
next
saw what you were
topic,
doing.
right? You
I
see
saw-
what
I
I'm
saw
doing,
what you were
right?
doing.
This is why this show is so great.
We're getting
Because
good.
our
We're getting good at this.
segues
We're getting good.
are
We're getting good.
listen, they're immaculate conception. They come from God.
Need some great cookies, man. Need some great cookies.
So,
Right.
let me just take this away from you.
Take that one, right? Can you take someone back after cheating, right? So the other day I'm having a conversation with my sister, right? Shout out to Melanie. I'm having a conversation with my sister, and I'm talking about Cardi B and Offset,
Wow.
right? Why does my mother chime in? Because I don't know why they broke up. But my mom chimes in, yo, so it was like this, Offset did that, body, yeah, Cardi B need to move on. I'm like, but mama, you you up there. How you know about this? Man, this is pop culture, baby. Get your life together. TMZ. Figure yourself out. So it put us in a place where I had to bring this topic up. Because it was so funny to me that my mother knew about this topic. And more so, it was funny to me because recently, Offset went on stage. And I'm gonna ask all three of you, right? All three of you guys and gals, right? If you cheated on someone or did something ruthless to someone, right? It broke up your relationship, right? Would you go out, how far would you go to get that person back? Would you pull an Offset?
Wow.
Would you go on stage, put out the take me back sign, get on the mic and start basically screaming, baby, I need you back?
Looking hella stupid.
Looking crazy.
Looking crazy.
Was he really looking crazy though?
He was.
It's for the love of his life.
Looking crazy.
He actually called her
So
bro.
give us some facts. Give us some facts.
Well, he called her bro.
He called her bro.
Which
was
I watched it
crazy.
today.
Hey,
I
bro,
was like,
take
what
me
is
back,
this?
bro. I'm like, huh?
Take me back,
But you see,
bro.
that's when
How's
they
that?
speak to each other.
I know they have a weird relationship and lingo, whatever it might be, things are changing.
Take me back, bro.
And I first thought, I was like, okay, maybe that's their connection. Bro.
Bro.
If I personally cheat on someone, I'm gonna do everything I can to get that person back. If I feel that person is
It's worth it. Right.
I'm gonna do an Offset, whatever they do
Right,
on
right,
stage and decide.
But do you not think that because it's Cardi B, so the level because you gotta that plays
It's
a
a fact,
role in
she's
this.
a millionaire.
She's a millionaire.
Multi.
She doesn't need
So-
him,
so-
he doesn't need her. Correct. So,
I don't know. So brothers can't be getting you. Brothers ain't just getting another Cardi B just like
I'm
that.
saying they don't need each other though. They have their own money.
True.
It's
True.
kind of like
true,
the Jay-Z Beyonce thing.
True.
They technically don't need each other.
Jay ain't leaving Beyonce that easy.
Correct. They don't need each other. They
And
have
Beyonce ain't leaving Jay that easy.
Who else you gonna put?
Yeah.
I'm saying
You have to.
they
It's
have
all
that
about.
level.
It's
At
all
that
about.
level.
It's all about the question of who else can I find, right?
That's on my
level up,
level.
To level up. That's on my level, right? Because actually, in common folk, you know, not in those celebrities.
Beyonce gonna
That's
level
what
up with
we trying to find. We trying to find the mate that gonna level us up.
Correct.
We ain't gonna say men especially. We ain't gonna say that joint, but man want the level up. woman.
Nah,
But
I
that's
don't
why-
think so. I don't think so. We have not. I mean, maybe now
I
recently,
don't.
but
Maybe
I don't
not
see,
as bad as
we
women.
are more
Yes. Comfort.
body oriented.
Food,
Women have
cook
always been smarter in that aspect.
In that
Y'all are
aspect,
very
that's true.
strategic. Half the house, alimony, child's gone, everything
Everything
your house.
gone. The dog,
Hey,
the
who-
dog, gone.
Sheriff, get him out of
Fish.
here.
They would leave the
Sheriff,
fish.
get him out.
They would leave the fish. Take the bowl.
Take
Take the fish bowl. Leave the fish in a bag. Say here, bro.
I
This
have
what you
not.
work.
I have not seen. I mean, there was one case that I saw with Mary J. Blige, with
It
her
was role
husband.
reversal. He went with everything.
He was like, "Yo, let me get that check. Since you out, let me get the check."
He was getting alimony.
Alimony, straight up.
He's
Ha,
just crazy.
you know.
He's a
Did
sucker.
he take the house?
He's a sucker.
I don't know if he took.
He's a sucker.
He's not a sucker for making.
No, she cheated. He
no.
cheated on her.
Whip.
He cheated on her, man.
Okay, wow, that's crazy. I didn't know.
He cheated on her, bro. He wildin'. Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Who knows?
You're cool.
I don't know. I don't believe. I don't know about that.
Bruh.
That's crazy. All right. Well, hey, man. If he did that, he's wrong for that.
Yeah. You can't be taking alimony and all
But
that.
yeah,
You
man.
get the
If,
dirt.
if I'm with Mary J. Blige and she cheats on me, and in the marriage contract it says cheating, I go at half. I get the house. Oh.
You trying to go with 75.
Let's go. Lawyers up. We ready to go. We ready to go.
All right, but let's get back to Offset, right? So go ahead, Pete.
He had to do it. 'Cause, like you said, he's not gonna find another Cardi B.
Right.
He's Offset. He's a different guy, whatever it may be.
Right.
He goes there on fire now,
Right,
whatever it may be. But he's not gonna find another Cardi B. You know, she's blown up the last few years.
Right.
She's skyrocketing. She's still just going up and up and up, whatever it may be. But,
I mean, yeah. I mean, and
She's
so,
funny and
she's a
young.
bodega type, whatever.
so
it may
we
be,
so
but-
we have an audience member that says Cardi B ain't nothing, right? But Cardi B's, you know, in terms of financially, she's good. She's good money. She's making her own money, right? So again, I don't blame Offset for what he did. I don't blame him. The thing is that will you really change? And so that's that. So when I'm looking on Instagram and on Facebook and all the social media posts and comments and websites or whatever, everybody's like, oh, this is gonna be a change for 2 days. He's gonna change for a month. He gonna change for a month, right? He gonna change for a month, 2 months, and then he gonna revert back to his old ways. And it's only because, again, he is a multimillionaire. These things are being thrown at him, and if he already succumbed to it, he probably will succumb to it again.
He gonna just be better at hiding it next time.
Jeez.
Man. Yeah, next up. That was ruthless.
I honestly think that we're all human beings.
Right.
We make mistakes. Nobody here is perfect since we left the Garden of Eden. And if there is a perfect individual here at this table, around this coffee shop, or watching live, please stand up. And if you're not perfect,
Pastor.
if you're not
Thank you,
perfect,
Pastor
then
Jacobs.
you know, I had hello. Somebody put that in the comment.
Hello. Hey. Right.
So I mean, if we're not perfect,
Right.
then there has to be some level of understanding,
of understanding.
some level of,
Right.
you know, like.
So are we saying cheating is okay?
No,
Can
we're
we-
not. We're not.
Is cheating
We're not.
acceptable? Are we saying that? Is that a deep dive we want to get into? No.
But
You guys are running from that.
let's say you're with a woman, right?
Right.
You all are vibing really good, and everything seems to go well, right?
Right.
And you leave for, maybe you go on tour, you're on the Navy or something, you leave for 3 months, and you come back and she tells you, well, I was lonely, I was out having some drinks, and I slept with somebody.
Right.
Did she get pregnant?
She did not get pregnant, okay?
Just want to make sure.
What's
I
the
got
next
the facts.
question? Go ahead, because it sounds like you about to do the interrogation, right? Did she sleep with somebody? Huh? What was she wearing? What's her name?
But hold on.
Becky was
So
a good
she
one.
tells you about it, right? And what do you do? Like, but you know that she really loves you and she's honest with you and she tells you that it's a mistake. Can you work it out?
This is on you.
Can you
You're
work
the
it out?
female in our midst. Give us your point
Can
of
you
view.
work it out,
Can
or
you work it
do you
out?
banish her to the Sahara Desert?
In time?
The trust will be built back? Never. You lying. Like, don't lie.
No, I said
okay,
no.
Good.
You can't take it back.
Yeah. So can you take someone back after cheating? The answer is no. Are we all standing on that?
And you see,
think
that's the
it's-
problem. That's the problem, right? If everybody says no, then we're saying that we live in some perfect world
Yeah.
where everybody is not cheating, like, and everybody's perfect.
It is not. It's not
People
a perfect
make
world.
mistakes.
But it's respect.
Everybody at this table has made a mistake.
If I'm in a relationship with someone that cheated on me, how am I supposed to respect that person? How am I supposed to trust that person going forward?
Very
It's-
true.
it's-
I'm not saying that it's right. You
No,
never
no,
heard
no.
me here say
No.
cheating is right.
If you're saying we're all perfect, we're not.
We're-
Some people are just willing to settle for.
Yeah.
They feel they can't find a better relationship. That's their prerogative, whatever it may be.
So what if somebody has made it, like your mother, right? There's your mother raising you, she made a mistake. It has nothing to do with cheating, right? She just made a mistake with something, and it really hurt you. And she said, I'm sorry, but I'm human. You have a 10-week, I would forgive my mother.
Of course, it's your mother.
But, so I'm in love with a woman, she makes a mistake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it only, is it,
Cheating's a big
you know what it
mistake.
is?
That's a big
But
mistake.
he's bringing a good point.
It's only when it
so
comes to the sex.
you're unconditionally.
It's only when it comes
you
to
can
the sex.
unconditionally forgive because you have an unconditional relationship with your mother, right? And you don't have that same scenario with your significant
Oh,
other.
you can forgive, but you just don't have to be together.
Correct.
I could love you from
Oh,
afar.
so again, but I want
But I'm
y'all
not
to
saying that
I want y'all to understand what Akil was saying, right? Because I get what he's saying. He's saying, listen, your mother does you something, you're gonna forgive your mom, right?
Yeah.
The love that you have for your mom is a different type of love, right? You're in a relationship with the significant other, they make a mistake as well. If your love is not as strong as your mom or stronger than what you have for your mom, then you're right. You will not forgive that person. But what if you're married and you're in love with this person more than because the Bible will say men cling to your wives. They don't say men cling to your wife and have your mother as the backup. They say men cling to your wives. So with that being said, if a woman makes a mistake, you have to assess what's the worth of this relationship.
But
No?
we are into banishment. As
Wait,
soon as we hear
so no.
anything, it's banishment. You've just been banished to the Sahara Desert. I don't ever want to see
But
you
you have
again.
to remember, women come into these things telling you what hurt they've felt or gone through with their previous relationships, and then to come in this, and you do the same thing. What do you expect us to do?
I'm not saying women. I remember my
I'm just
analogy
saying, so
was
a
a man.
person, so whomever, a
Okay.
person.
Okay.
What do you expect them to do
Of
after
course,
they've
of course,
divulged
you
that
have to be,
information?
you have to be hurt. You have to, you have certain standards, certain things like this. But at the same time, I think like, I had a woman cheat on me, and it hurt really bad. But when I got old, I banished her. I don't want to see you again. All of this stuff, right? And then when I got older, it's like this girl really
She probably was
loved
the
me.
one. Right.
But she just made a mistake. And it's like, I banished her because of that mistake. And it's like, I always think like, maybe I could have worked it out and we could have sat down and said, well, why?
Okay.
Maybe it was a long distance relationship. Maybe I wasn't doing something right. It's situational, you know what I mean? So should I just have this mentality? Any woman that
All
does
or
something,
nothing.
banish
All or
them.
nothing.
What's your
Banish
what's
him.
your limit
It's
on
like-
getting beat up on though? What's your
Whoa,
limit?
hey, I didn't
no,
talk about
no,
no
I'm just saying
blows.
in a
I'm not-
relationship,
hey,
just
take
emotionally.
it
What's
away.
your limit?
Right. So if you,
Well,
so let's say
my-
let's say you get cheated on once, twice, right? Twice. Come on, be like
After 2
you
times, it's
gotta-
a habitual.
You get cheated on twice, right? Right?
From the same chick?
From the same chick.
Nah, twice is crazy. Now once is once okay, we can sit down and we can have a conversation. Twice, banishment.
Like, I got a
Banishment.
sucker, man. What do you do? You run out with a sucker.
Do reverse. We're forward.
No. We're not rocking.
So obviously, we made some headway. We made some headway. You cheat on me twice, you're done.
Basically.
You cheat on me twice, we're done. It's over. It's a wrap.
The one time is speculation. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we can
Could have
at
been a
least
cold
have
night.
the.
Could have been a cold night. There was some cold night. Could have been a cold night. There was a little
We
bit
could
too
at
much
least-
alcohol.
I'm saying
Y'all
we could at
stupid.
least have a discussion and see which way.
Right.
Twice, no discussion. It's over. It's a wrap. But
Right.
once we can have, I'll give you a talk.
Okay.
Instead of just some people, man, it's just banishment. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's realistic in the world that we live in.
I'm fine with the banishment.
Oh, so you banishing out the one.
He just like straight up feed
Okay,
out.
I have a cheat. I have a cheat.
And that's the thing.
Half
Half
a
a
cheat.
cheat?
Half a
Adios.
cheat.
Half a cheat.
What's a half a cheat?
A dinner. Something.
If she looks at a man, banishment.
Because sometimes cheating is not actually all sexual. You can be in a cheating relationship.
Pete runs a tight ship.
You see how I have on?
He's a revolutionary.
Pete is not messing around.
Yo,
Okay?
look at bomb.
I'm here
Eyes straight.
I'm not here to play games. But sometimes
He got away. He got a bull body. What you doing? What you looking at? What you looking at?
sometimes cheating isn't sexual. You can be cheating on someone just by communicating.
Communicate, have a conversation.
Yeah, that could be more damaging than the sexual
That
part
is
of
very
it.
much.
I'd have to be. I don't know about all of that. I mean, I feel you, Pete.
I feel you.
I
on
get what you're saying.
That is fact.
And I agree with you.
People
but
could be
that's
verbally
sexist.
communicating with somebody and have such a mental stimulation from this person that they're having a conversation with, even without the physical. They're so far past their relationship with their significant other because this person is stimulating them on a whole nother level. That if the physical ever happened, it would be game over.
Well, let me ask you a question, right? Let's go at this question. Right? At what time, right? Let's say you're in a relationship.
You're comfortable.
At what time is it too late for a woman to call his phone? Or can a woman call his phone at any time? What?
If it's discussing business, no. Actually, no. 11.
Whoa.
11.
Not even business because they're discussing after
'Cause
11?
everything will be business, right?
Huh?
You could mix business and pleasure. 11.
11 is late enough for. No woman should be calling his phone after 11.
I mean, I'm not gonna demand that, but I just hope that my partner has enough respect for me to let his female friends, all his female friends have respect for his relationship. Because I have a lot of guy friends, I don't call them.
So you see what women do there, and women tend to do that a lot.
What?
I hear them doing that a lot. That one thing where where they say if a other woman has respect for his relationship, then she wouldn't do this. Y'all gotta come off of that. Women are savage, yo.
I'm just speaking
No,
of me
but I'm just
personally.
telling you, women are savage. They're coming for your neck. If a woman looks at a relationship, right, and sees this lady and she got this guy or whatever, she's like, oh, he's well taken care of. He takes care of his lady. Trust me, she gonna make a move. She calling at 12. She calling at 1 to poke fun at the bed. So I don't think you.
So then on the man's end,
Exactly.
then you don't need to answer the phone.
Exactly. I would say that's how you deal with it. You don't deal with it, but yeah, a girl better have respect for my household.
Oh,
they ain't having no
gosh,
respect
no,
for
Well,
your
let's ask
household.
Pete. We know Pete runs a tight
Tight
ship.
ship.
Let's ask Pete.
How does your ship
What
run?
is too late for a man to be calling your woman, your wife's phone?
My wife's phone?
Tight
Or
ship.
your woman or your wife, whichever. What's too late?
Is my partner's phone?
Your hair on? Your hair on?
I'm gonna call whenever I want to.
No,
No,
another
no,
man.
somebody else calling
Oh.
her.
Another man calling her.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We running every Tuesday at 6 p.m. by the way. Just so that all y'all know.
If it's not someone, if it's not work related, it's an emergency. What are they gonna call back? What's going on here? What's happening? 6 p.m.
That's really early.
He gave me numbers. Son.
He's like, I got it.
You ever mentioned it on?
Yeah, they be calling at 6 when the sun is gone, don't come.
It's about to
That's
somebody must have got him for like 7. He said, we gonna move it up a notch. I kill him this here from house.
And you know we're hour ahead, so.
60 says that.
It's
But
disrespectful though, unless it's work related. You know what I'm saying? If it's work related, there's business to be.
What is just to shoot the breeze?
you don't think a dude, why y'all don't believe that dudes is gonna shoot their shot? Dudes gonna shoot a shot at your lady. Women are gonna shoot a shot at your man. Like it gonna happen. So like to me, it's like the matter of them being disrespectful or anything. That don't concern me. That don't concern me what time they got. That's on you. You doing that. You wanna play with the devil? Cool. If I catch you someplace and I shot the crack your head, then you know what he did. But I say, my lady, right? God know a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? She got no.
What is an acceptable time for you?
For me, never very. No, man, no. Facts though, I would say 10. I would say 10, 11. I could agree with 10, 11.
10, 11.
11,
For
10,
calling the
11.
chit chat? And chit chat?
10, 11.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm not really
Because
chit-chat. Why would you
because see, I
chit-chat
gonna be
with-
over there, coop it. I gonna just be over there. Because my grandmother raised me, and what good for the goose, good for the gander. So now, you calling at 10, 11 o'clock, they're going, just for kicks and giggles, call at 10, 11 o'clock, okay? This is my friend. I know ain't nothing physical with me and this person, but yeah, we're gonna put you out. We're gonna make sure we put you under pressure too now. You're gonna get put under some pressure. 10, 11 o'clock. Matter of fact, I might just do 11 or 1. I might tell them call 11 or 1.
Just waiting on the interval.
Just to push the button. But again, 10 to 11, 10 to 11, that's a reasonable time.
I think there's a certain respect level
Exactly.
with my significant other.
Yes.
Respect that. Don't be calling at 2 o'clock and expecting to chit chat. So.
But that's also lies on your partner. If your partner thinks someone, whatever their relationship is, they can call that late.
That's
Your
crazy.
partner needs to
That's
smash
crazy.
that right
That's crazy.
there.
That's crazy. Yeah,
That's
definitely.
disrespectful. I gotta sleep at 10:30, man.
Well, we know you shut the phone down at 6. 6:01 shall
Look
not
like
be
he had
tolerated.
Listen, he had 5:58.
Calling my
Like,
woman after
at
6:01.
He right there by the phone. You coming off that phone in the next 2 minutes.
Hey man,
Or else.
at a certain
And she'll
time,
be like, okay, call me at 11. He goes to sleep at 10:30.
at a certain time in the night. Actually, I shut my whole phone down. Actually, I just don't even. I'm like waking people at a certain time. You just gotta clear your head, man.
I saw you at chicken and
Balance
bowling at
yourself,
12
balance
o'clock the
yourself.
other night.
I go to bed at 10:30.
Shutting it down. Turning up.
But real,
Turn up.
sometimes you gotta clear your mind, man.
But I agree. You
Escape is
so
social media,
what
escape
what
is
people
reality.
don't even realize, like something that like I'm busy. I'm a very busy individual. I get talked in like 20 directions, right? But like when I'm home, I hardly speak on the phone.
You
Like,
disconnect, man.
listen, hardly to the point where it's almost like you know, my significant other and people who might stop by be like, I know they're looking at me like, man, this dude ain't even on his phone. And when you see me out, I'm always on my phone. So it's like hard to believe that like once I break that threshold, it's almost like I'll go next where I'll never touch my phone. Things will happen in the world. Some places burn down, or quick will happen, and I would never know until the next day because that's the only time I pick back up the phone to say, okay, let's get back into let's find out what's going on in the world.
But you create that balance.
Yeah, it's almost like a balance for me. Let's jump into this last topic. And this one is pretty fun because you know we're gonna be putting some pressure on people for Christmas, right? This is cuffing season. If we don't know what cuffing season is, it's that time of the year where people it's a time of the year. It
starts around November. Actually.
It starts around November.
When it gets a little cold.
Yeah, when it gets a little cold. It's actually a stateside thing, but it's called cuffing season. And what happens during cuffing season is men and women tend to coalesce to each other. They lock up, right? And they start to, you know, even if the guy at your job, he might not be a looker, you might not be too much into him, but it's cuffing season, right? He gave you a little flirt, he bought you a lunch here there. You know, it's gonna get cold. It's gonna be cold. You need some warmth, right? And so cuffing season is this season where people tend to just pick up strays, they pick up whatever, just to kind of make sure that they they're getting some type of attention, like gifts too. You know, it's said that women jump on the cuffing season just to make sure that they get Christmas presents and they get Valentine's. Cuffing season actually goes up until February.
Correct.
Right? So what we brought up cuffing season, and again our question posed is, what's a good spending limit for Christmas for the significant other? I'm gonna just say, dudes, you gotta spend $1,000. You have to spend $1,000 on her.
Minimum?
Like that is the minimum that you have to
It
spend.
depends on how long you've been dating this
You
girl.
have to spend $1,000 on her.
I don't know about that, man. You got
I'm trying to mess y'all all up. I'm good.
Yeah,
I just paid for the cruise. So I'm good.
about to say, man. That's pretty.
$1,000 is minimum. You can't if you care for her, you're gonna spend $1,000.
It all depends on how long we've been dating. What's your relationship? Where I see,
What's your budget?
where I see your,
Can you even afford $1,000?
where I see where the
You
relationship.
better get
is
your
going.
money right.
Yeah, yeah. See, yeah, you're right.
Get your money
You're
right. Take care of your lady. You notice how quick she say, "You right."
My spending.
Right.
No,
She had $1,000 spent. She said,
Yeah, you're right. Let's put that out. Let's
I'm
put
not
that
your
out in the
money up.
atmosphere.
I'm not a holiday person, so I don't require gifts. I don't.
It's a corporate holiday, man. Don't
Right.
let them sucker you, man.
Yeah, I
You want to buy somebody a gift, you buy them a gift.
Correct.
and-
You don't have to
These
be
anti-Christmas people on this table.
Whoa,
All of y'all
whoa,
are
whoa.
anti-Christmas.
Christmas for kids, man. That's
Y'all are
what it is.
anti-Christmas. Exactly.
It's for kids.
It is for kids, but adults should indulge in it as well.
I personally think that it's all a sham.
See?
It's all a sham and a charade.
I knew that was coming.
So that the rich can get richer and the poor can get poorer. And my Christmas gift some of our Christmas gifts should be a down payment on a piece of land,
I agree with that.
down payment on a
true.
house, pay off your car note, make sure you're up on your rent, your Whopper bill.
Your mama bill.
Put some money on that.
I'm gonna set my limit about $50.
How long
Yo, Pete, you
How long
wild
have you been dating for $50?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So you know, yeah. So
Foolish.
Well, you must have thrown $1,000.
So you know, I like to have an answer to our questions, right? So let's whittle this down. Let's find out.
It's been 2 weeks, $50.
2 weeks, $50, right? A month,
Still 50.
still 50.
A month, I might go to 100. Depends on what's going on now.
So you doing 1,000, my boy? You in the 1,000 range already. If you're talking a month and $100, so what happen if you're not girl for a year? And you doing by your
She
standard
might
$100 a month?
She might
Dude,
get.
you almost my 1,000.
She might get 200.
After a year?
She might get 200. Man, this is not
Pete,
man.
Man, hell no.
Pete don't want to say how much you gonna
Hell
give, right?
no. This is nonsense.
Give out
And
diamond
it's just,
rings.
it's a
Diamond
grotesque,
chains.
it's a grotesque
I read it, go to-
misunderstanding of egregious misunderstanding of economics. Say, why don't we
So you're
have?
giving nothing.
So why don't we have a Christmas? Why don't,
Nothing.
why don't we have a Christmas where everybody just save their money and pay off your bills?
Well, what
pay
happens to
off
our
some
saving-
student
what happens to our
loans. Why don't we
saving?
pay off some student loans? We have so many.
If you have some interest.
I have to. I have to go. I did this last episode. I'm gonna do it again. We have Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter,
Right.
birthdays, Father's
Valentine's.
Days, Mother's Days, Valentine. When are you gonna catch up on your bills and your rent? When are you gonna save some money for some land? When are you gonna fix your credit?
You make some more money.
I mean, like, no wonder why we have terrible
Papa,
economics.
Papa Jacobs.
Well, look at the economics of the Virgin Islands. Obviously, I don't want to say that we're not great economically, but I'm just saying we could be doing a lot better.
Right.
So stop spending so much money on all these gifts, and why don't you buy your partner a piece of land? Say, hey, let me put down this couple of grand on a piece of land for you. That's gonna actually accumulate an interest.
But they gotta be
Instead, I'll buy you some nice.
You gotta be married. You gotta be married.
Well, yeah,
Are
yeah.
you going down land
Yeah, yeah,
on
A stranger?
a friend, on a girlfriend? I don't think you're doing that, bro.
You
I know you for 6 months had some land.
You know,
I do.
like put down the Gucci chain and the Acuras for a little while, and let's get the economics. Let's get the economics.
Yo!
It's facts. What do you mean?
The busy boy
A
is a wild
car
boy.
depreciates
About the boat race?
15%
About the
in
boat
value
race?
as soon as it drives up.
Actually,
You should do the Gucci chain before you do the Acura, because the Gucci chain will probably
You
appreciate
get some
in
of that
value
appreciated
rather than the
value.
Acura.
Right.
Acura, you're losing 10% on your 25,000 immediately.
Right.
Worst investment you can make. More than that, 15%, 20%. Even worse, it's even more than 10%. So the liabilities. So here you go, baby. Here's a nice liability. Enjoy your Christmas.
Right.
So you know what I mean.
So we obviously so I guess the consensus
It's 50 for me.
the consensus is 50 for this guy, 50 for a whole year. He's gonna be so I want the ladies to hear this. Pete is gonna be with you for a year. You're gonna get a $50
$50 gift.
But year 2.
Yeah.
Year 2?
It reciprocated.
Year 2? No, skyrocket.
Oh.
It's going up.
It's like Bitcoin, it's like crypto. One time, bang. Woo. So
yeah.
let's hear what your thoughts are.
It depends on how long we've been dating. If we've been dating for, let's say, 3 to 4 months, then I say 50 to 100 is fine. If we've been dating a little bit longer, 500.
Wow. 500.
Yeah.
Wow. 500.
Wow.
That's
Or you could go.
Let me just say, let me just put this out.
When
That's
he
like
becomes my
Monopoly. That's like-
husband,
that's like I
then
just
I'll
got
do-
boardwalk on Monopoly.
I'll do lighter.
And she cooks. Hey, night. Yeah.
You getting some cooked food.
Cook food.
If he becomes
No,
my
I'm-
husband,
And
I'll,
night she
then
cooking.
I'll love it. I don't have a problem with it.
I mean, 500. I mean, it all depends. You know what I mean? Like, if you love and care about the person, you want to make them happy, then you should, and it's within your economic.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I'm
Because
not gonna go
I'm not
broke.
gonna be going broke
No.
to make nobody happy. Okay? You gotta take a loan to get something. No, I'm not doing that. You know, don't do that. But you know what I mean. But at the same time, man. I mean, these gifts, man.
$1,000. Hear ye.
That's
But
a lot of money,
don't put
man.
these dudes under pressure.
That's a lot of money,
I'm
man.
just messing up the
That's a
equilibrium.
lot
I'm
of
trying
Yo,
to
these
mess up
ladies
the
out here is
balance.
like 1,000. Ian, you crazy. You know? I just got a full tank.
Where you working at?
Where you working at? I need me a sugar. Yo, but no, man. It's the holidays. I would say this here. From one black brother to another black brother, and to all the black sisters, and to all of the, my Caucasians and my Hispanics. Just spread some love. Outside of giving a gift, do some work. Help somebody out. Cut someone's grass. Lend a hand somewhere. Help me paint a school on December 28th and the 29th. What else? Just spread love, man. Like
You know, but also
think-
let me add to that, right, young man? A gift, you know, let's say like somebody gave you like a apple, you know,
or gift certificate.
or a
from,
gift certificate
kids
from Stir It Up,
for $25.
$25.
Which are available now.
which are available now.
in store.
Wow.
Great
But,
commercial.
but you know, we sometimes we quantify a gift and put a
Right.
number on it. But let's say it's just a heartfelt something, like, you know, a bushel of fresh apples.
Yo,
You know,
I can't, this is why I can't take him serious, right?
I mean,
because
like,
the way
what-
he said, look, he did this, a bushel of cherry red apples.
What if your you know, your partner or your husband got you a bushel of fresh organic apples?
You notice her
Like
face is sour. Like,
No, I mean, I don't.
You're
I
kicking
don't
him to the
require,
curb.
No, I don't
You make him
require
some
gifts.
apple pie.
I already said I'm not a Christmas person, so it
Right.
doesn't matter to me. If you give something to me from the heart, then I'll appreciate it.
So
I appreciate it.
a basket of oranges.
Well, he
What's-
would know that I
what-
like bananas.
Okay.
So if you give me a
Potassium.
bunch of yes,
Okay.
some bananas, yeah,
Potassium
sure.
heavy. Okay. And that's actually nourishing for the body. The vitamin C in the oranges is wonderful.
yo, you are ignorant, yo. Folks, I'll just wrap up. This dude out here talking
Yo,
about a
these
bushel of
girls are-
apples and bananas and oranges.
But be honest, like
I am
if
honest.
if you gave your girl a bushel of fresh apples,
You gonna look at
you
his
sleeping
face.
on the couch.
I-
You sleeping
I
on
don't
the
believe
couch.
in that. I don't
Facts.
believe in
Hold on. Okay, could
Because you ain't making me sleep on no couch if you get mad at me. So I'm not gonna make you sleep on the couch.
okay, but you're not gonna. But you're gonna tell your friend, girl, do you know this dude bought me a bushel of apples?
Are they gonna ask, were they organic?
Those things are expensive.
But you know,
You know,
anyways.
that is always what a woman would say to you.
Is it organic?
Hey, girl, did you buy them organic? Like that's the deal breaker right there, right?
He imported this stuff.
Like he imported them. Oh, they fancy apples. Them apples special. Girl, you need to marry him. Anyway, man. I think we're at the end of a night. This is our second show where we're at Stir It Up. Again, much thanks to the owners, Kent, Runnin, and Katrina. You know, for lending us this beautiful space. As you can see, we have a live audience. There's like 100 people in the background. They're applauding for us. You can hear them applauding. Oh man, it's pandemonium in here.
Thunderous applause.
Thunderous applause. And you know, big shout out to Fee. Big shout out again to Stir It Up. Come and get a $25 gift certificate. Everybody is in here every day.
Support local business.
Support local business. What else? Let's plug what you do. Yeah. You out here making moves. Plug your stuff. That's what this show is about. Plug it.
Sure. So working in HR, I work in HR. I come across a lot of resumes every day. And what I've noticed is a lot of the Virgin Islanders or locals, they don't really know how to showcase their talents on paper so that they can get past that next step.
Right.
So after seeing that, I've decided to become a certified resume writer, and I want that to progress into me being able to be certified as an interviewer and then eventually a career coach. So
Oh,
official
shout out
business
to
launch
that.
coming soon. Stay tuned.
Big things, big things.
See, independent woman.
You can't buy her. You can't buy her a bushel
You can't
of
buy her a
apples.
bushel of apples now.
No.
You have to buy her two. But we don't have anybody we plugging today. No.
I don't have nobody.
All right.
I think Julius is having a cooking lab this
Oh
week.
yes, Julius is having a cooking lab.
Yes, he is.
Saturday night.
On Saturday night. So
yes.
if you have the time and availability, go and check that out. And yeah, man, this is We Runnin Radio, where we run and have all the fun that we like to have. And check us out next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Facebook Live, YouTube. No, we'll be. Oh, that's Christmas. I want to do our Christmas show. We should debate this right now before the show ends. Are we doing a Christmas show, guys?
In front of a NBA.
We should.
with a TV.
We should.
sure.
We should do it. We should do it. Yeah, like at a bar with a TV. Let's figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll let everybody
look at it on Facebook, and you'll know if we're gonna do our what are we calling it?
Christmas special. That's what we're doing. A We Running Christmas special.
We
Put that
Runnin'
out there.
Christmas
Okay,
special.
Bob.
Episode 11.
Episode 11. All right.
Alright, well, we out.
Bye, guys.
Phenomenal episode, guys. That was awesome. Oh shit, we still on?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, we still live, but that's okay.
He turn on everything.
Y'all know we got glitches. That's fine.
Credit card money. You get a minute?
And we paid too much money to let that intro music not play.
All right, guys. Let's just end it.
No, I'm not. No.
I didn't know you were a resume.
We running,
That's awesome.
we running, we running,
What's the business card?
we running,
You got a business card?
I did not as yet. The launch.
running.
Just small stuff right now.
You can get your parking card involved with that?
No. What's up?
As much as we want.
We running, we running, we running,
Still live?
we running.